Imagine living in a world without alarm clocks. No smartphones, no watches, no buzzing notifications. Yet somehow, ancient humans still managed to wake up before sunrise, hunt dangerous animals, travel long distances, and survive in one of the harshest environments imaginable. So how did they do it? How did they wake up on time without ever setting an alarm? The answer isn't magic. It's hidden deep inside the human brain, shaped by millions of years of evolution. And surprisingly, your body still carries the same ancient system today. Long before electricity existed, the only reliable clock in the world was nature itself. The rising and setting of the sun controlled almost every aspect of life. Ancient humans spent their days outdoors, exposed to natural sunlight from morning until evening. As the sun disappeared below the horizon, darkness naturally signaled their brains to prepare for sleep. Their internal body clock, known today as the circadian rhythm, became perfectly synchronized with the cycle of daylight. Unlike us, they weren't confused by bright LED screens or late-night television. Their bodies simply knew when it was time to sleep and when it was time to wake up. Scientists believe this internal clock evolved over hundreds of millions of years. Inside the brain is a tiny group of cells that acts like a biological timer. It responds to sunlight entering the eyes and controls hormones such as melatonin, which helps us fall asleep. Even though ancient humans had no scientific understanding of these processes, their bodies followed them naturally. Every sunrise reset their internal clock, making it remarkably accurate. For them, waking up wasn't something they forced. It happened automatically. But sunlight wasn't the only alarm. Nature itself was full of signals. Birds often began singing before dawn. Insects changed their sounds as night faded. Roosters didn't invent waking people up. They simply followed the same natural rhythm. The cooling night air slowly became warmer as morning approached. Gentle changes in temperature, light, and sound all worked together like a giant environmental alarm clock. Ancient humans learned to recognize these subtle patterns without even thinking about them.
Of course, survival demanded more than simply waking with the sun. Imagine a hunting group preparing to chase animals before they disappeared into forests or open plains. Sleeping too late could mean missing the best hunting opportunity of the day. Food wasn't waiting on supermarket shelves. Every successful morning hunt increased the chances of survival for the entire tribe. Over thousands of generations, humans who naturally woke early often had better opportunities to find food, protect their families, and reproduce. Evolution quietly rewarded those whose biological clocks matched nature. Interestingly, our brains are also capable of something psychologists call anticipated awakening. Have you ever needed to wake up early for an important event and somehow opened your eyes just minutes before your alarm rang? Research shows the brain can increase stress hormones before an expected wake-up time, preparing the body in advance. Ancient humans may have relied on this ability regularly. If the tribe planned to migrate before sunrise or expected danger at dawn, the brain itself could help trigger early awakening. Social life also played an important role. Humans have always been highly social creatures. In small groups, not everyone slept deeply at the same time. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies found that different individuals naturally stay awake during different parts of the night. Older adults often wake earlier, while younger people stay awake later. This overlapping sleep pattern means someone is usually awake to watch for predators, maintain the fire, or alert the group to danger. In a sense, the tribe itself became a living alarm system. Fire added another interesting layer. Ancient campfires slowly faded through the night. As the flames weakened, temperatures around the sleeping group gradually dropped. This cooling effect may have helped signal the approaching morning. At sunrise, the first people awake could quickly restart the fire, prepare tools, or begin cooking. Everyone else naturally followed as activity spread throughout the camp. Sometimes the sounds of movement alone were enough to wake the remaining sleepers.
Seasonal changes also shaped sleeping habits. During summer, sunrise arrived much earlier than in winter. Ancient humans didn't insist on awaking at exactly 6:30 every day like many modern workers. Instead, their schedules adapted to the seasons. Longer daylight meant longer periods for hunting, gathering, and traveling. Shorter winter days encouraged longer nights of rest. Their flexible lifestyle worked with nature instead of fighting against it. Compare that to modern life. Today, many people spend hours indoors under artificial lighting. We stare at bright screens late into the night, confusing the brain into believing it's still daytime. As a result, melatonin production is delayed, sleep quality decreases, and waking up naturally becomes much harder. That's why millions of people now depend on alarm clocks, because we've disconnected ourselves from the environmental signals that guided humans for thousands of generations. Some indigenous communities around the world still live lifestyles closer to those of our ancestors. Researchers studying groups in Africa and South America discovered that although these people have no clocks or alarms, they generally wake close to sunrise and maintain remarkably stable sleep schedules. Their routines are driven by natural light rather than technology. This suggests that our biological clock still works exactly as evolution designed it, if we allow it to. Perhaps the most fascinating realization is that your ancient alarm clock has never disappeared. It's still inside your brain at this very moment. Every morning, your body carefully raises cortisol levels, adjusts body temperature, and prepares your muscles and mind to wake up. The problem isn't that humans lost the ability to wake naturally. It's that modern life constantly interferes with the system evolution built over millions of years. So the next time your alarm blares across the room, remember this: for almost all of human history, no one had one. Ancient humans trusted the oldest clock ever created, not a machine, but the rhythms of the earth itself. The sun, the birds, the changing air, the sounds of the forest, and an incredible biological timer hidden inside every human brain worked together perfectly. Maybe the greatest alarm clock humanity ever had was never invented at all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed discovering how our ancestors woke up without alarms, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments, do you think you could live 1 week without using an alarm clock? Until next time, keep questioning the past. It explains more about the present than you might think.